Good evening, ladies and gents. This is Nerds Human, and welcome back to our Ostrogoth Not So Horde Only campaign. And you join us outside of the grand city of Verduk, where, of course, last time somehow we held on a couple great, huge sieges in the city, and we got the respite to recharge the army. There are, of course, reinforcements on Salamis. It's not our only city, but this is our only general, and as you can see, there are assassins around. This has been going on, I think, for a while. He has got, yes, security conscious, which suggests a few people have already tried to murder him. I think it'd be a little bit harsh of the game to kill me off. We had the same thing with the Eastern Empire rebels, actually. I think Barbarian Invasion is quite assassin friendly, or not very friendly in this particular case. But if you recall, even, we were now going to go on the offensive, and Antioch. Now, we want to try and bleed these lands dry as much as possible. So, what we need to do is, we need to take out some of their forces, but we need to leave enough. We want something standing outside the city, preferably. So, I'm actually going to go for an auto-resolve, which, we lost one man, not too bad. Yeah, we're going to head round. This is just the kind of thing we want. Take them out outside the city. I mean, there is some horrible stuff in this particular force. I don't think they actually engaged in that battle, and there's some horrible stuff in here as well, but there's no general. There's no general, and I reckon we can get round, face them in the field. We had the best chance possible of taking Antioch, and with Antioch, oh yes, I mean, that isn't their oh, it is their capital. Yes, it is. I was going to say, I can't recall if it is, but it is indeed their capital. So, have they changed that? Because they don't start with Antioch, do they? Can the AI change the capital? Maybe it flipped that when maybe one of theirs rebelled. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go grab Antioch. If we can take Antioch, oh, things are looking sweet indeed. I mean, we did have a little poke around last time, you may recall, with our spy to see what's around. There's a, full stack down here. Can't reach us yet. And it does look like there's a bit of trash in there. There's a bit of random mercs, some Kurdish javelinmen who are not the greatest. Philadelphia's full of, wow, they've got heavy onagers as well. Okay, there is still a war to go on, but I think if we can take this in a couple turns, they can't get there in that time. We still have a chance, and we can keep on getting more and more troops out of Salamis. We can reinforce Verduk. We can, if we get a new general, who hopefully doesn't die, if we get ourselves a new general, we can at the very least start to think about moving on to Caesarea with the reinforcements in Salamis, and hopefully Antioch defending us from further assaults. Oh, this could be very, very interesting indeed. Sadly, there's no sign of any new general for me right now, and the assassins are, well, this one's staying around. He's waiting for the new one to be generated by the game. Please just dump him in Salamis. I doubt that will happen, though, because I think the only family member we have is a daughter. Okay, there actually are a couple sons coming through now. 8, 3, and 5 there. Amma, she is the one. Oh, thank you, Gundamar. Somehow you've got a daughter out in time, because yes, she'll be married very, very soon. So the game will give me someone if I'm not. If I get a new city, I almost certainly will, actually. So it's probably time to head in and worry about all of this. Now, this, of course, is another huge battle. Elephants, cataphracts with gold 7 experience, 39 defense. Absolutely insane. They look absolutely glamorous as well. Oh, I don't know how we kill these things. 1400. Ridiculous. Okay, well, we're going to hold a very, very careful line and shoot them down as much as possible. Let's head in. Been trying a bit of early skirmishing with the elephants over here, but instead we just seem to have teased the cataphracts instead. So you know what, I'm quite happy to get all of the missiles shooting into them. That'll be marvellous. They'll take some flaming arrows. They're just going to charge, are they? Interesting. Okay, well, these guys can just run back over to where they were before. They're going to run into my spears, and that will hopefully not let them last very long. My archers are probably about to run off, aren't they? Indeed they are. You guys stand still, hold position. And they have broken, which is good news, because now I'm around the back of them and we can get rid of those cataphracts nice and easy. You guys stop shooting, please. You guys back into position. Good. Good, good. Even just one unit of horse archers is so valuable for causing just a bit of chaos to their lines. They don't really know what to do. But one horse here getting stuck in with the levy spearmen for some reason, which is, well, the unit's a bit broken up, which I think's confused the game. And their formation is very confused. The elephants are running all over the shop. They're all cataphracts though, so better play the same trick again. This is an interesting one. I could have taken them all on right at the start, and I didn't take them on in separate forces. So now I've got to pay the consequences for that decision. All archers shoot in on those cataphracts. They're not going to catch the hippos, although these guys might. So just run through the lines. We caught them up slightly, which ruined their charge. That was actually perfect. Get out of there, my hippos. And they're going to start running into us. They're not going to be very happy about it, of course. So that suits me as well. Unfortunately, now I'm not behind them to chase them down, but a few more arrows into these guys. As long as I have some fire arrows left over. There's some desert archers back there. Better go and get some cat. Okay, they are way out of position. They're in big trouble. So let's just try and get some of our other lads on top of those. For veterinary, don't worry about that actually. You get into there. These are very, very solid spearmen, I should say though. Like, they do an awfully good job. They're solid defensively, which is really what you want. Bit concerned that the elephants charge now while I'm out of position. These cataphracts are still in battle. These guys just, you know what, back onto that. Oh, yeah, just pull out of that. Right, fire arrows on the elephants, so they're in range. You need to get their shots on right now. Okay, you guys back in position. Try and get back to brace. Get back to brace. Oh, they're charging. Oh, they've stopped. They've stopped for a moment. Here come the fire arrows. Please, please, please. We've got to break these elephants. Oh, they're sending cataphracts at the same time. Armoured camels. We're mostly in position, actually. Mostly in position for the elephants at this point. Let's just get these guys to cover this flank because they have cleared them off. Get rid of those cataphracts, please, General. You need to pull out there now. Elephants are coming in, which is the important moment because can we make them rout with some fire? Not quite yet. Okay. Okay. You guys get on top of those camels. We're going to send one unit out there to deal with them. You just cover that flank. Elephants are going to cause us problems. Javelins, in fact, don't fire at will. Just throw them at the elephants. We didn't break the elephants. Damn and blast. Okay, General needs to get back in here. Now, the elephants are holding for now, but they're not. Oh, they should really have broken by this point. Really should have broken by this point. There we are, they're gone. They're distraught. They're not running amok, which is probably for the best currently. Our information is completely wrecked. Right, General is getting hit. Put him out of there because we can't afford him to die. Let's just get him over here. Cataphracts into there. Oh, cataphracts are into them. That is the problem, Thomas. Yes, you get over there. Go for it. Okay, our formation's an absolute tip. That is the General, though, and I think a good charge into him might just do what we need. Blow the horn of destiny, my good. So he's right at the front. Don't be at the front. Just want to get a hit on while we get the extra infantry in to deal with them. You two get on top of him as well. You get on top of him. Just need everyone who can possibly humanly get there to go and deal with that. The elephants have been defeated. There are just a few of them standing around. We're back into formation for the most part. Fire at will. Who is left? I mean, we're taking out some of the really good units here, but this General unit can still go down for us. This is the one with 7 experience, by the way. General and 7 experience. To be very, very careful. I'm just going to get my General into position. Oh, they're running amok now. Just in the position we want them to as well. That's good. General, get yourself around there. His horn is still going. They're getting reinforcements into this, which I don't like. But what can we do? Right, we need to get their reserves at the front now. Right, in fact, you guys just run into them. Buy us some time. You two need to cover that position. Quick. Okay, General, I'm not sending them in unless I can blow the horn of destiny. The only way I'm doing it. Down he goes! Down he goes. That is excellent news. There is no... Yeah, there's no backup. Or there's no actual proper General, sorry. So this is all that matters. Get on top of them. Press them now. Get on top. You guys flank. Push into them while we have the opportunity. General, get yourself back Yeah, they're breaking. They're breaking. They're breaking to get these cav to charge them down. Charge them down. Infantry, in fact, just get everyone back into position because there are cav coming in. But the equite, try and charge down what you can. Everyone back into position. Oh, I don't like these guys. Cataphracts, go away. Go away. Okay, these guys are going to chase down what they can. Just pick off this or that. Horse archers, you come over here, see if we can interfere with them just a little bit. Cataphracts are going to come in. We are not facing the right way, but we're going to try and do our best. Got some Gothic warriors. You go and cover that flank as well. I think we're doing okay. We managed to hold. Oof. You come back and deal with these, but don't get caught. Don't get caught. Don't get caught. Come back. Just come back behind the lines. Okay, cataphracts are being dealt with. More cataphracts. More cataphracts. Do we have enough spearmen for this? I think we might just have enough. Okay, we're managing to clear off the cataphracts just about. They've hit my horse archers, which is not ideal, but we are now shooting into them. We've got some free infantry to do the job. Just send them into there. Did my cav make it back? They did indeed. That's good news because you can chase down these cataphracts when we break them in a moment. Get around the side of them. Yeah, they're broken now. Can we just get on top of them there? Camel riders, actually, Thomas. Okay, that's more cataphracts. You two just get on top of the Sigdians. Get around there. Infantry. Oh dear, this is a complicated old affair, but it looks like more and more of them are going down. We don't need to win this by a lot. In fact, I think they're retreating. I think they are actually in retreat at this point. Okay, interesting indeed. Right, let's just get all of our men forward. Cav, are these guys still chasing them down? I think they've done that job. Yeah, they've already killed all of them. Right, let's chase down what we can. A clear victory for us there. There's still about 400 of them left, but 1,200 against 400 in the city. I'll take those odds. Now, we've still got plenty of infantry to do that battle. We largely lost the hippos. There are some mercs left to hire, so we should be okay. We shall rule indeed. We've got ourselves a spy to keep us safe from the assassins, and we can build up our units now. Shall we do a bit of merging? I think a little bit wouldn't be the worst plan in the world. Not sure I do want a bit of retrain is the thing I need to bear in mind here, so just a little bit of carefulness. Just share the chaps around. Okay. Right, well, I think the last unit we can just merge together. Let's have a unit of 50. Gives us a bit of room for the... Oh, we can't afford them. Okay, well, at least they're stronger units now. We can just get one of them to push the ram or something. That will work out for us. 10 turns, and we've destroyed all but one unit of cataphracts. Elephants are gone. We can do it now. We just need to hold on a turn. In comes the assassin. I don't like the slow motion here that the game's going for. Makes me feel very, very tense, but... we survived once more, obsessed by security. Hardly surprising, but that's why we got the spy with you at all times, my good sir. We will keep you safe. Still no marriage offer. The game is starting to troll me, I think. But that is unfortunately just the way that it goes. You get on the boats. We will send you immediately back ashore. Don't worry. Those rebel fleets are going to continue to terrify us for all of time. You, my good sir, you can plod over here. You can join the rest of them. Salamis is still happy enough, which is okay for the time being. And Antioch is ready to be taken. Now, as for their reinforcement armies, let's have a little plod around. Can we see anything? We have a bit of a force here, a bit down there. They haven't actually sent it immediately. They've split it in two. They're hovering. That's interesting. Very interesting indeed. I kind of could do with a spy to find out to defend a new guy if I ever get one, but no, for now I guess we'll be able to afford one once we go and smash Antioch, and hopefully then we can get one over here and move on. There is that a big army? No, it's just one rebel force. I can tell it's a full stack or a none stack. It's a none stack. Okay, well. These rebel fleets are at least annoying these guys as well, but I think it's time to put Antioch out of its misery. That was a very efficiently fought battle, I think, and I would suggest it's time to head in. Captain, I'm not going to try and pronounce, is the only general they've got, so I reckon it should be simple enough They've got some damaged infantry. Well, mildly damaged, to be honest. Not a huge amount to defend the walls. Let's go in. Let's take it. Typical beginning here in many ways. We're just blasting them off the walls with our ballistas. Is this the 4 experience? It is indeed. What an absolute waste. One guy just got up. Well done. Probably only just got knocked over by his mate, to be honest. This one is completely unopposed, which is good news. Grab the walls, grab the towers, and they'll get themselves killed. I think we know how that story goes. The ram has done its distraction work, allowing the tower to get close enough to do lots and lots of damage. Frankly, if it never even makes it here, it's not even a problem. Well, obviously I jinxed it because immediately the tower burned down. We have, however, though, got our other lads in towards the tower, which is still sadly Sassanid, but we're safe enough fighting in this middle part over here. They're down to 60, we're on 60, we're much better troops, so hopefully we'll be okay. Reinforcements are coming in. This tower hopefully now will shoot these guys down. With any luck... Oh, they routed almost immediately. Well, luckily we are actually still killing a fair few of them. Actually, we're killing about as many as they are, in spite of the fact we're fighting to the death. So we're doing a decent enough job here, down to 52. Unfortunately, we lost a huge amount before that point. These guys are just getting shot by that tower, which isn't ideal. This is mainly why we're dying. The rest of us, though, are lining up outside the next tower, which currently is ours, although slight problem. Now, as they emerge here, this one doesn't have any side bits. Neither does this one. Don't really know how we're getting shot, but apparently we are. It's a tedious affair, but we have managed to break them eventually. Just sheer numbers. 3 full units this time is enough to take care of them. Lovely stuff. And at this point then we'll just run one of those units, this lad over here, all the way across and to capture the towers. We should probably do a similar thing actually with some of these archers here. You can probably do some beautiful work over on this wall over here, shooting down at those foolish lads who are, for some reason standing around getting ready to be shot. At times like this, it's great to be an archer, isn't it? And the towers are shooting them down as well. Oh, it's lovely. They're going to get themselves absolutely slaughtered before they return to the plaza. Very Roman town, of course. This Antioch used to be the Eastern Empire capital. Although, whilst I say they were dead, they were apparently alive last episode. Some diplomatic information. Someone's no longer at war with them or something, which seemed a little bit bizarre. I suppose if they're dead, there's no point in being at war with them anymore. For some reason, these lads turned around. Very, very strange indeed. Well, we're in the standard archer trap at this point. A few that are foolish enough to get within range and get themselves shot down. That's just what we want to do to the old cataphracts here. Luckily, these 17 hippos we still have, they're going to be very helpful indeed. So, the old classic archer trap, that is perfect. And part of the reason why the epic stone wall is not a good upgrade to get of the Romans, because you end up with this really simple entrance where you just walk straight in, and then you have a beautiful, beautiful big plaza to get shot down from. And it just doesn't make any sense. It's nowhere near as good as the level 4 cities, where you've got to wangle around for 20,000 years to actually even get to the city. If the game is kind of cruel sometimes with the amount of time it gives you, you can actually struggle sometimes to actually take the town in the time limit. I know some people would suggest to turn off the time limit, but there are situations where the game, particularly with sieges, can get a little bit wonky, and it definitely makes sense to actually make sure that you put the timer on. But these guys are going to get themselves killed. That's good news. They'll all be shot down before they arrive, and it's time for the cataphracts, who probably will actually bother to engage. That's pretty much all that's left at this point. So in they come, and you guys charge in. Yep. There we are. They're going to come and hit us. We'll hit them in the flanks. And that should be about your lot, really. Yeah, just hit them there just to make sure that they are surrounded, that we catch them on their way out. Lovely news. You get round there. You get round the back as well, because at this point we might as well. And the archers, don't worry about anything anymore. No shooting for you. Thank you very much. And that's the battle there. But no. Yes, there we go. He gets chopped down before he gets to win the battle. Right. Now we'll end the battle. Thank you very much. A fairly clean victory. Just the one battle. Yes, thank you very much, sir. We are the best, we know that. Yeah, only that one unit at the start who got himself killed, which was a bit unfortunate, to be honest, but that's just the way it goes. And with that, ladies and gents, One of the most significant victories that we have seen. Antioch falls to us. Oh my, that is beautiful screaming. And yes, the defiance of possibly trying to murder us last time, or the assassins. Oh, we're on the up, but we still need a new general. Still just got our one lad here, 34 years old, obsessed with security, a suspicious gatekeeper of a man. Yeah, this lad with a bodyguard, he's literally got all of it, hasn't he? We probably need an assassin just to lop the head off theirs, just to be careful as we go forward. Okay, well, we'll get a bit of merging going on to make sure that we can retrain as much as possible. But I think on the whole, we're looking pretty good to hold on here and start moving forward. Well, there is a bit of a counterattack coming, but our assassin might just be able to lop a head or two off. There goes one. Excellent. Good start for us there. Assassination for the nation. Gained himself a bit of cutthroat, which is what we needed to see. So up to 3 already. I'm just going to send him out of the town. Just make sure we can lop the head off the other guy, wherever he is. But at this point, they are sending more armies over here. And to be honest, we're kind of built for defending this. So if they want to come in, they are welcome. This is really where they should be attacking because it's where I'm most vulnerable. But they're deciding to ignore it for now, which is interesting. Nonetheless, I can probably now, I could actually send these out. They could do a bit of scouting for me. Would be the worst thing in the world. I mean, they're very useful, but I can't really get them anywhere right now. They're a bit stuck, and I could do with another unit before. You know what? We'll get another spy. We'll take this opportunity to get another spy, and we'll just retrain what we've got. We've got plenty to hold the town. Sassanid family member coming in. I think we know that these guys can deal with the cataphracts if we have enough of them. They're pretty solid at that kind of business. Now, if we're able to hold here and bleed what's left of their forces, because I think we've really done quite a good job of that, then I think where we stand at that point, so we can really go on the offensive. This is probably like the last round, yeah, of like proper bleeding them dry, and we've got ourselves a new wall city to do that. Epic stone walls, as we know, that's fine by me. We will. We don't have a lot of money right now. Okay. Are we going to gain money over the turn? We're still losing by the looks of all of that because we don't have any ports going on. So, do I want a hermitage? Hermitage. You know what? We might as well. We might as well get a hermitage for the time being. Over here, get the mines, spend the money on the mines. It's always worth spending money on the mines, and we'll retrain that and just keep using the lined up pile of troops we have. The rest of the money might as well get spent on training up some units. Specifically, I just want more Gothic spearmen, just more of those, and that's how we defeat these armies. Spearmen are strong. In case, by the way, you're wondering about the rest of the map, I don't really want to see too much of what's going on with the Sassanids, because I want it to be a surprise or, a shock when we find out. But let's have a look at the world. The Vandals really have taken over now, haven't they? Still not grabbed any of the islands, but Berber's struggling to take these rebel towns. Interesting. There's a full stack army there. I was going to say there was a big army when I went to Cyrene. They have tons of armies. There's not using them. It's very strange. Now, of course, if we manage to actually turn this foothold into something and wipe out the Sassanids, we could actually ultimately complete our goal, which would involve us taking out the Berbers, who are not a Horde faction, and then going up to the Celts, who of course are also not a Horde faction. Of course, we can't send a Horde there. We're not a Horde faction anymore, so we'd presumably have to go and conquer it all, which would be interesting. I do like the summations of all of this. And by the way, I hadn't noticed this till now, but are they sending this down, are they? I was going to say, yeah, they've lost all of this. They've not managed to hold it. We have been, we saw that their finances and production had dipped just before we started this war with them. And it might well be that between these two wars, they are being bled dry, not just by us, but also by the Burgundians, who have actually held on surprisingly well. There is a star here. The Slavs. They still exist. It's just one old man. Ah, poor Gelder. That's what's left of the Slavs at this point. Well, they're still alive. That's something, eh? Maybe he might have money. Maybe he can do something with it. I think he's gone. I think it's a bit like the Huns over here, wherever they are. Where are you, my good sir? I can't spot you. I'm probably just being completely blind, but I suspect he's the same case of just one general left who needs to die. But yeah, we've got 3 empires here sharing all of Europe right now. As far as I know, they're not at war with each other. Where are the Vandals? They're at war. They're with Sarmatians and the Vandals, but they're allies with the Burgundians. Interesting. So the Sarmatians are potentially in a lot of trouble, especially if Burgundy are friends of the Berbers as well. Interesting. As for the Celts and the Britons, Romano-British, they are at war with each other. Interesting, but they're still holding on to their one town, the Britons, so we'll see about that. I don't know if they're sending stack against stack endlessly or not, but I suspect the Celts are in the stronger position of the two. Fine, long term then we'll have to come back into this direction. Maybe we'll stop by Cordoba on the way for old time's sake. They are very much on their way there. Of course, to do all that, we'll need boats at some point. So we'll have to consider that one. Maybe, I guess we can go across land to take all of the Berbers out. And then we can hopefully find that there are not enough boats to catch us as we work our way up towards the Celts. Although that's quite a long way off right now. So I'm just going to turn that back off for a moment. And yes, whilst that is nice to dream about, we do need to break out of the cage first. We have ourselves the world's most boring man. He is only Christian and nothing else, but quite frankly, we need anyone we can get. So there we go. Ceasefires for the Sassanids or with the Burgundians. That's not necessarily a good sign for me, but it's a good sign in some ways because they won't be expanding up here. I don't have to go all the way up there to kill them. Now, they haven't actually put us under siege. That's intriguing. They've actually just kicked him outside the town. That's a great way of getting him killed. My days, that was in complete insanity, wasn't it? Now, this guy's been loyally protecting our general for a while now, so the young lad can come out here. Can we see that other assassin? I seem to have lost him, unfortunately. Don't think he's necessarily hanging outside this town anymore. Doesn't seem to be. Okay, we'll send him up over here, see what's going on for the next turn or two. We'll send him back over there. We might as well have a little pop at this general. There he is, 33. That's not a bad chance. Fortunately, a missed opportunity. Probably should have trained me up one more first, and then he wouldn't have gained this. He's really getting a trait now against assassination. Oh well, we'll just have to take him out ourselves. Meanwhile, this army, there are just more and more of these cataphracts with 5 or 6 experience. This is going to be a bloody battle, but we're going to need to do it, damn it. So, we'll just get, how many more turns do we have of troops that we managed to afford? A few more. And if the Duke, if this is able to, alright, we need to get these troops over now. Get them over here right now. Get these 2 into the boats. Drop them off. Good. Into there. Right, we can head off next turn, I suspect. We should be in a good opportunity to do that. Let's head out. Let's take out this army. Another day, another pile of silver chevron cataphracts to take out. An intriguing battle. We have got ourselves on the hill, but just the odd skirmish going on that we need to deal with. Get the camels into those lads. That will be ideal. Hopefully that will clear them out before too long. Archers should hopefully at this point be aiming at some of these other units rather than the main chaps. I don't know if they're shooting over the crest of the hill is going to cause any problems. I love it. They've just emerged over the top of the hill. And I think we're fine. We possibly could move just the tiniest bit forward, but let's not worry about that right now. Let's worry about this instead. That was a big charge on an experienced unit, and it hasn't done that much. About 8 men lost, in spite of the fact that it was a very, very strong unit indeed. Okay, you get yourselves back over here, please. Thank you very much. Don't get yourselves stuck out in the middle of nowhere. This is a big old affair now. Throw in your javelins. You pile into them as well. You're just going to need to hold this position. Archers, get yourself... Oh, they're broken. They're broken. Shoot them down. Shoot them down while you have the chance. Oh, that is just what I want to see. Back in formation. back in position, and you are Busolari who are getting charged down by them. Okay, that's fine by me. Camels have dealt with that flank. Thank you very much, my good sir. Archers do need to go off skirmish mode at this point. We're doing a very, very good job of clearing them out. I should say we are doing an excellent job. But we're still finding lots of cataphracts around, and they're going to cause us quite a lot of damage. Okay, they're piling over here. Get the camels into that flank. General can hover. You get yourself around here. You get yourself into there. I'm going to get more infantry over here. Going to get these guys redeployed as a kind of very makeshift thin line defense. Blow the horn of destiny. Come back here, cowards. And the camels, I mean, to be fair, I threw them in a pretty tough situation. They did a good job. They are now retreating. Okay, all cav, start charging them down. Infantry, get moving. Archers, shoot down whatever cataphracts you can find, and we'll see what damage we can do. Clear victory for us then. Vedic did a good job once more, properly into the fray, and I think his moustache is very, very suitable for his demonic refrain in battle. He does hold back at times, but he picks the right moment, and he is not afraid to get involved where necessary. Galloper, indeed, he is a masterful attacker if ever there was one. We're not going to pounce forward right away. We are, however, just going to hold things back, keep things calm, get some retraining done, and get ready for our next move. We found the fiendish assassin, and there he is, ready to be murdered. With any luck, they are both dead, and there are no more of them. I'm pretty certain they're both dead, so we can only hope. Yes, we couldn't really retrain because we don't have the money. However, what we do have is an army that can go and smash Kaisaria. So put it under siege, my good general. Thank you very much. We'll send your army around to join you now. That is good news indeed. So we'll take that. And I don't know about Sinope. I mean, Sinope's a bit of an arse to try and hold on to. Depends how many of these are still Christian or not. The AI doesn't tend to change of religion, just tends to suffer. But yes, the Zoroastrianisms will be an issue, actually. That won't be simple to hold. I mean, as a horde, we'd be fine, but obviously that is not our reality anymore. So get the spy in with him just to make sure he's safe from assassinations. And over here, I think it might just be time to start pushing forwards because we're going to need the money. Maybe we should wait. Should we wait one more turn? Oh, I don't like hanging around too long, but I think we might need to simply push forwards whilst we have the opportunity. So how much can we leave here? Because there is an army floating around. That's the only thing that concerns me. There isn't much infantry though. Not a lot to take a town. We probably need a bit more information, to be honest. That's what our spy is for. So 100% chance, that's good. Zesty, or is it testy? I don't really care. Right, they have some infantry, not a lot, not much to actually take it. But do need to be careful. Okay, so we'll take our army. We will leave those few lads in the town. We will take the rest to push on forward and deal with these lads. If I'm honest, I'm going to be much better off if I just take care of this army and get the money from Kaisaria. Then I can move on. That's just going to be the much more sensible way of doing this, I think. Can't help but notice this doesn't look pretty full actually, but not convinced at the moment that they aren't trickling some forces around where I can't see it. Certainly it's not going to be naval invasion onto Verduk because, oh dear, obvious reasons. Right, let's worry about that one another time. Yeah, let's put Shapur over here into a spot of bother. Let's wipe him out. We can then retrain a little bit because this force just looks a bit small if there's actually a hidden army around somewhere. There are still more units over in this part of the world. If we have a quick look at the rankings of the factions. Oh, that is a big plummet. Top 5. They have taken a huge loss in recent times. Military, yeah, it's dropping fast. Production, mine is low, it always is. They are not producing any troops. Their territories are obviously falling, and their finances are, well, they're not one of the top 5. So, yeah, they got no money at all. So they aren't producing anything. They've got no money to produce anything. and things are starting to look very dicey indeed. And with a simple auto-resolve, Kaisaria falls to us, and we didn't actually smash the town up, which is rather nice. Thank you, game. It's only minimal 4,000 amount of money to fix. I don't actually know how much that was. Sassanid turncoat, that is ideal. And you know what, we'll turn up the tax rate a little bit. Won't worry about the Christian Basilica for now. We can, though, get more troops here. So a couple more infantry wouldn't be the worst idea. Perhaps, though, send our spy out. Lovely stuff. Nothing at Sinope. Ah, yes, a historic famous battle from last time, which was quickly turned into a worthless pile of rubble. 47458 even. 476 is the end of the game. Now, can we kill the Sassanids in time for that? Sure. Will we finish everything else? No. I think that much is very much certain. So, sharper, sharper, sharper. This is a battle that we definitely need to go and win. We'll get ourselves some more units over here. No need for any. Well, we'll get a tavern. Why not? He's not in the town right now, so it's a good time to build the tavern, as it won't affect his stats too much. Hopefully, won't make him a drunk. Although level 1 drunk is fine. I suspect this guy doesn't really care for drinking, to be honest. I suspect he's a very, very miserable, sober kind of a lad after the life he's been having. But we might as well take out Shapur for now. Scant trust. Yeah, well, that was my fault. Nothing too interesting in here. Let's take him out. One thing that's been really refreshing about this campaign is how varied the battles have become over time. Because in the first few episodes, it was just too many horse archers, and I love horse archers, but it was just too many horse archers to actually handle. And we were getting very chaotic battles, which were badly fought because there was too much going on in all sorts of spots of the battlefield. Whereas now the only way to deal with the Sassanids isn't my cav. Well, maybe a whole army of horse archers would be okay, but no, it's my infantry. We actually have staggeringly good troops. I mean, this infantry is brilliant. These archers back here are absolutely fantastic. We can hide the mercs we need to fill other positions. Even our non-spear holding swordsmen over here, they are rather spectacular themselves, and they can hold the line as well. So once we're not a horde and we can train proper units, we start to look very, very delicious, it should be said. We're just going to keep ourselves poking forward. I suspect this battle will go much like the rest of them. A standard entry here of a cataphract charge straight into my spit. Ooh, you decided to make me look like a plum, did you? You're going to die for that, my good sir. Here comes the charge. Yeah, they feigned the charge and sent in a different charge instead. That's fine. You guys get yourself over here. You get yourselves over here. And archers, don't start running, but I did send them to go and shoot the hippos, so they might get a little bit distracted. You just hold that position for now. Good. Good, good. Right, we should be okay over here. Veterinary, do you want to just throw over the top to those Sigdians just to make sure they're dealt with? Get a little charge from the swordsman into that gap. Plug that. Beautiful. You know what, I'm just going to close the trap on these guys because they're still fighting. I want to give them an escape avenue for the break, but no. I think they need this around. So, in comes some camel raiders. Don't know. Alright, this is turning... Why are they sending the camels in? Very strange. The camels have routed their own men, which is kind of hilarious. Equita Veterinari are coming in as well. This is a very, very strange set of tactics by them, but suffice to say, we're going to win. In we go then for the final battle. Archers, please stop shooting. Don't kill my general. He's not supposed to die to our own shots. We do have another leader now, but that's not the point anymore. It is a hunt. It's a hunt to kill that general. And down he goes, flying off his horse. And with that, we have killed that immortal man. Well, with open gates, we can head straight into Sinope, which is good news indeed. A few men lost, but an extermination later, and all is fine. They do appear to be... yeah, they appear to be pagan, which is a little bit unfortunate. Best not to rock the boat too much with regards to that, though. So I think, to be honest, we'll let it chill out for a term. Get a couple units, we'll get our retraining done, and we'll just kind of leave. By the way, how much do these amazing units cost, you may ask? 405. Absolutely insane. They're good morale, you can see, because the amount of battles where we somehow hold is rather mad. Okay, so with that, we'll get 4 of those, 2 of those that can hold against most kind of like little armies that are going to come along. Over back in Antioch, we can start the retraining process once again, but at this point, okay, they are finding odd armies from here or there, but if I've got Caesarea now, I can start to move this army over to Antioch to hold that instead. Interestingly, as we start to move towards Ancyra, it is rebel. Very interesting indeed. That wasn't even where my sentence was originally going, but there we are. Okay, so we've got Pontus Epiphaenia, that's us. Yes, I was going to say, that looks weirdly like our symbol over there. The Sarmatians over in front. They're going to attack us, aren't they? They're going to attack us once we have this land over here. They better not. They haven't shown any interest in it all game. Fine, we've rebuilt the temple over here. We're going to get some troops in. They do have troops up here. Luckily, they built all these towers for us. The Romans built all these towers for us. Unluckily, they have somewhat put us under siege. 36% chance is what you've been trained up to do. We did it. Very nice indeed, my good sir. Gasper's down. And that certainly makes this a little bit easier, although it's quite a brutal army. I don't really want to stick around on this occasion to wait for them to siege us out. I was turning men like that last time, and I can't be bothered with it. So into Jerusalem you go. Population, public order problems, as you might well expect. That's good news. You go around here, we'll see what's going on in Sidon and figure that one out for next time. Over in Veduk, we are still just about doing okay with our economy. We'll just keep on getting more of these infantry because that's really all we do need. Bit of retraining going on from the Sassanid troops. They are currently just pumping up the population, ruining the population here. But they're currently just reinforcing the town as the population starts to rise. This boat, happily, has never moved because having this boat survive, it did survive the turn, if you remember, just outside the port. It was an incredible moment in many ways that it wasn't killed because it's meant that these reinforcements can come. And I don't know what I would have done without it. I guess once I took the city, I could have got more boats, but perhaps the timing, it wouldn't have quite worked. We'll never know. Anyway, we are certainly starting to carve out a very nice empire for ourselves, but I think it's time to sally forth. Interestingly, they're close enough to be shot immediately, and even more interestingly, they're running straight forward. Okay, whatever you want to do, AI, whatever you want to do. The original Rome Total War, when it first came out, 1.0, every single army at a sallied siege would just run up to the walls and get shot for the entire time. That's all you had to do. It was amazing. And I mean, by amazing, I mean amazingly broken, of course. They did fix that in a patch, which obviously was a bit more complicated back in the day. But basically, it got a lot better. But this, well, this is convenient. I mean, I would have won this battle anyway, but, you know, I'll take it. And they decide they're going to flee. Unsurprising, just surprisingly late, if anything. These guys have annoyingly been out of range the entire time. They've been at an odd angle. They're so close to the gate. This is disappointing, but, I mean, who can argue? Well, it's because of the towers. I wasn't even telling the archers to shoot these lads. I was telling them to shoot some of the cataphracts. So, you know what? Some good damage done here today. Unfortunately, the general's not going to make it to any of them in time. But, you know, we've killed 42% for nothing. Not too shabby. And what that particular outcome means is that, of course, I can now grab my army and immediately move on south. Now, I don't really want the ballista, to be honest, and I can't quite make it there anyway, so I might as well do it without the ballista. So, grab all of that, open up the city walls, that would be lovely. And Veduk, you can send your troops over here instead. Now, what do we have? We have a spy. You're supposed to come with me, to be honest. Although we do have... And he's been kicked out. Oh, no, that's the killer. That's the killer. Okay, Sidon doesn't have the spy inside because I'm sending him south. Okay, that's fine. We'll send you, sir, with good old Veduk. That's your mate, honestly. He should be adopted into the family at this point, but he is just a lowly spy. Right, we've got that under siege. We need to get this properly defended, so send some troops over to Antioch, send some other archers over as well. That is magnificent. The priests can do some helpful work. If the men need some morale, that's marvellous. I've just lost the experience. It seems to be not accepting it going, which is unfortunate. Oh well, we'll send that. It's something. So yeah, that's okay. We've got a few more troops over here. They have plenty more lined up. Antioch will be fine. Okay, this is good. This is good. We've got an army and we've got defence forces now. As it turns out, Ephesus and Ankara are rebel, which is very interesting indeed. Don't need my spy over there anymore. Then we need to send him up this direction. That might make things an awful lot quicker. Indeed, what it probably means is that I don't need much of my army to go over here to take Phrygia. No, I can potentially send most of it back to the back to Caesarea and then head up the Armenian mountains. Oh, that's interesting indeed. We also got ourselves a new general, presumably, yeah, he's ended up over here. He's Christian, so we'll send him out of that town. For now, he can look after Caesarea. Need to make sure that's safe from any small incursions. And I think Salamis now, Salamis seems a little bit more settled down. We can probably take a couple of its troops once again. So I might just grab 3 of them. And yeah, it's happy enough. We'll do that next time when we get the opportunity. Speaking of opportunities, of course, there is Sidon, just the 1 unit in there, a simple extermination job. And with that, we move towards the armies at Philadelphia and Jerusalem, which were worrying earlier, but they never came to interfere with the war at Antioch. Find a couple pubs being built, because that's how we bring civilization to the world. And this lad over here, yeah, just go and lop his head off, bit of practice. Didn't get anything for that, of course, but no one else is in range, so we might as well go for him for now. Captain so-and-so, and there's a general. Valkas, is he one of the ones we just faced and got away? It might be, you know. Okay, over here then at Sidon, what do we want to do? We lost a handful of men. We want to get a couple more units. No horses, thank you very much. Get that rebuilt, just lower the tax rate, get a pub, all of that kind of nonsense. He's picked up Bloody, which in case he needed extra morale, probably didn't. He's called Infantry Commander, that's unusual. I don't pick that one up very often. Again, I don't use infantry all that often on these games, alas. But things are really, really coming at Millhurst at this point. And whilst we still mysteriously have view over in this part of the world, we obviously still have never got Crete. We might actually get close this time. Don't really know where the port for this town is. I don't know. We'll have to find out one day, probably when we take it. There are weddings ahoy with our newly adopted children deciding to take a wife for themselves, which is very, very sensible indeed, because we could do with some more family members. Not very good, but they're what we have. Vedic the Cruel, that is the wrong epithet, and I know that's happening because of the assassin here. The assassin was only killing to get rid of the assassins, I mean, originally. Now he's doing a little bit of murder. Only a small bit of murder. Most of the murder is happening out in the field anyway. Speaking of which, we should probably head out into the field to deal with this here army. I'm just going to stand on that tile before we head into it. Sidon looks pretty happy. They're sending forces down south. That's fine by me. We can get these lads over to the Duke, which is good. That now makes that much more simple to defend. It's also got a general. General probably should shuffle on over to Antioch, along with, you know what, he can grab 1 unit of infantry. Oh, that's looking very nice. Money is doing all right. We are now under siege at Caesarea, which is a bit of a shame. We could head into Ankara, though. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take our mercs out of the army to make sure they don't die, because we can't retrain them. And we'll just do a quick auto-resolve, 188. Not the worst and not the best. And, okay. We'll build a pub, but honestly, we've done way more damage than we needed to by doing this with the auto-resolve. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll just have to accept those losses. This, oh, it's got a bit now. It's also got a bit of plague. So, interesting. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just retrain our troops over the end turn here in Ankara. And once we've done that, then we'll be able to reorganise our troops, send them onwards, because if that's got plague, we might as well not grab it right this second. What we can do is send What's ready to go? Actually, we might as well send straight away. So you join up with them. The rest of this is happy enough for now. We'll, yeah, you know, we'll take them as well. Ankara's not happy with that. We'll just line up a load of troops. Population? No, it's not having it. Let's just send one horse archer back over there. We'll send these lot back over towards Kaisaria. If they want to take us on next turn, they can't because they haven't got any siege equipment. We'll send this guy off in the direction of Armenia. Kaisaria is fine for a turn. Honestly, yeah, I think we'd be okay if they attacked anyway, but we're sending reinforcements. No need to worry ourselves of any of that nonsense. If we can start to get some other new buildings in the likes of Salamis, we might as well do it. We have a huge amount of money, although, you know, with the sackings we have some, so we can ponder the best things to be building in all of our towns. But obviously the main thing is for Veduk to go and head into this army, this huge army that I've been looking at for a while. We've got gold chevron, Klibinari, two of them with gold, a third one over there, but it doesn't really count. And the rest is kind of trashy, albeit with I'm calling it 4 experienced infantry trash now, but it's all relative to some extent. Right, Tax Maspada, you're going down. A fairly standard formation, although this time we are very much full of infantry, which means that we can have a very, very thick line of ranks here today, which is beautiful. And of course the archers are going to do beautiful work, as ever we know. We've got the veterinary and the swordsmen in behind. The Gothic warriors. Oh, I really, really love these armies as the Ostrogoths. I've enjoyed this a lot more in terms of the actual unit roster compared to most of the other campaigns I've done in Barbarian Invasion. I mean, it's slightly limited with the infantry when you are a horde, but once you settle in any place and you start getting some of these infantry, oh, they are absolutely magnificent. Obviously, these guys aren't holding for that long. These heavy spearmen are just on long enough for me to bother. There we go. You made me ruin my formation. Extra angry at you now. Let's not worry about any of that. Let's keep poking them as they come forward. Hold position, my good sirs. Hold position. Onto guard. I think they're fleeing again, like, almost immediately. This keeps on happening. Like, they know what the score is. I'm just slaughtering them everywhere they go. Bit of an anticlimax since they didn't actually want to battle, and unfortunately that does lead us into the problem of them retreating into the town, although the peasants are revolting, so maybe that is a cue for us there. I'm going to head near Jerusalem, but not into Jerusalem. I'm going to grab these camels while I'm here, because I always like a bit of camel unit in my army. We do actually have a diplomat down here. Hello, sir. He has no traits. I forgot he even existed. Okay, well, we'll just bribe you to make sure you're no longer involved. Bye, army. We won't ever need that money, probably. There we are. Don't say I never use bribes. I just used one. Be happy. That comment, I don't think there was ever a comment saying that. But there we are. I've used some bribers. We might as well go and kill this lad. 66%. There we go. Now I deserve the cruel epithet. That's the way you do it. Just keep lopping the heads off. With the siege of Kaisaria lifted then, we can gradually move our spy further east. Antioch is under siege again. I'll probably sally that off screen because I suspect it'll be a similar kind of slaughter to last time. Assassin, you might as well go for another lopped head. Failed this time. Oh well, he's had a pretty good run so far, so I won't really blame him. Head down to Philadelphia. Interesting set of armies. We'll see how that one goes. Yeah, we'll just leave Jerusalem under siege for the time being. It's a mix between revolt and being under siege. I suspect we'll be able to do a lot of damage to this army very, very quickly indeed. Things have escalated very, very quickly here. I must say, at last, sadly, we are now blockaded in Tarsus, as we are, Veduk, as well as in Antioch and in Sidon and in Salamis. I think once we've got this Sassanid thing under control properly, we'll actually just start building a navy. We have enough different ports. I mean, there was only one port. When we were one town as a horde, we couldn't do it. But now we have enough. Once we've dealt with the Sassanids, we'll have a big bank of money. We'll just pump out the units By the way, that's where the army is. Don't worry about Ankara. It'll be fine. Yeah, we'll pump out a big pile of boats and we'll try desperately to clear them off. I don't know how. We have to use like 9 full stacks to take on 1. Then we might have a chance. But we will see about all of that, ladies and gents. For now, I would say we've had a very productive day. We have somehow crawled out of our little corner. I mean, I did think... There were times last episode where I did think it was the end. I mean, even at the start, it looked pretty close to the end. Dicey moments and some bold plays where I left the reinforcements here just because I thought we could just about do it. Well, we could. I didn't really want to do the reinforcements outside the city. I wanted to defend it properly inside, and it proved to be a sensible decision. We survived the assassination attempts, and we now have a much bigger family once more. We're not a horde, but we are spreading around the world. If we go have a little look at what the map looks like. Obviously, my map is very outdated at this point. You can see, yeah, the Vandals have now claimed all of this. I don't know if they're going to head into North Africa. I mean, 10 years right there, and it is rebel. It could be interesting. Huns are... That's a brave decision. 56. Are the Slavs still alive? How are you still alive, my good man? 74. Good on you. I don't know if you'll find a town you can take, but good on you, honestly. That's nice. Okay, so Campus Roxolani, these are still rebel, which I suppose makes sense. I wasn't aware of that, but wow! I mean, this is something new. Turned up in the town of Ostrogoth. Okay, Berbers. Yeah, I've been causing way too many problems for the Sassanids. Oh dear. Well, I mean, the Sarmatians used to have a bit more, didn't they? I swear they used to have, at the very least, they had Sirmium. So they are losing ground to the Vandals. The Vandals pretty much in control and inconclusive up north. I don't think these 2 armies have even moved since we looked at it at the start. But there we are. That's for having such a ridiculous mix of letters there. Fionn MacEarp. Anyway, we'll leave Fionn to his own thing and we'll get on with our lives next time. It's been an interesting day, but I think we've still got a bit of legs in this campaign. To be honest, I think it'll probably be... Assuming we can beat the Sassanids back and there are no surprises here, I'm going to say 2 or 3 more episodes. This is episode 8, isn't it? So about 10's normally, yeah, pretty good for something like this. So we will see. We need to take out the Berbers and the Celts as well, just to make sure it is all hordes that survive. But we'll deal with that in the next couple of episodes. For now, I will leave you. I'm Thomas. This is Tener's the Human, and this has been not so much of an Ostrogoth Horde campaign. Thank you, and bye-bye. In come the fire arrows, and if you're not aware, by the way, this is actually a traditional bourbon greeting. It says, come and dance with us, come and dance in the flames, come and dance and die on our streets. We have ourselves a foothold in Italy. They broke! We had them entirely surrounded.